Archangel Michael says, "My precious child, do not look away now, because the final moments of this message carry something meant just for you. The last 2 minutes holds a gift that could transform your heart and your life forever. Stay with me until the very end, for within those closing seconds, the blessings of heaven are waiting to be placed into your hands. I have been longing to speak to you, and I ask you to give me just 5 minutes of your time because this message may be the last one I am allowed to send to your heart. There is something urgent I must share with you today. Please, do not ignore it. Your spirit is trembling for answers, and heaven has chosen this moment to wrap you in a gentle truth that you may have missed in the noise of your life. There are moments when God sees you walking through the quiet hours of the night, wrestling with thoughts you don't say out loud, and He whispers your name, hoping you will pause long enough to listen. That whisper is not just a feeling. It is not your imagination. It is Him. And I, Michael, His messenger, have come to hold your heart steady, because something sacred is trying to find you through this message right now. Type 777 if you walk by faith. You may feel like you've been walking alone for far too long, carrying a weight that others cannot see, but heaven has been watching, and your silence has been heard. Every tear you've wiped away quietly, every breath you've forced through tight pain, has been held by the hands of God. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are still the one He has chosen to fight for. There is a reason this message found you at this exact moment. It was not by accident. Even if you feel uncertain about what comes next, even if everything around you feels like it's slipping through your fingers, God is still with you. He has been arranging things behind the curtain of your confusion. You may not see it clearly yet, but something good, something steady, something full of light, is heading toward you. Like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want God's blessings in your life. God knows the exact moment your faith started to tremble. He knows the day you felt like you were being punished for things you didn't even do. But this message is not about blame. It's not about guilt. It's about healing. God is not mad at you. He's not disappointed in you. He's reaching out through this moment to lift your head and remind you that you are still His. You are still loved more than you understand. There is such a tender kind of power in knowing that the Creator of the heavens and the earth hasn't turned away from you. Even when you turned away from yourself. Even when you doubted your worth, your purpose, or your future, He stayed close. He stayed in the room. He waited in the silence. He wept when you wept. That is the kind of love that this message carries for you. A love that doesn't need to shout to be strong. What if 7 minutes could rewrite your financial future forever? This hidden frequency, backed by neuroscience, flips the brain's natural wealth switch, unleashing unstoppable prosperity. People are calling it the money magnet sound, and it's already transforming lives. But hesitation means missing out while others move ahead. This is your moment to act. Click the link in the video description and comments below to awaken the wealth inside you today before the chance slips away. God has seen the things that broke you. He knows the names of the people who walked away. He knows the weight of the prayers you stopped praying because you got tired of waiting. But even now, in this moment, something is shifting. Heaven is moving. Grace is gathering at your feet. God has not brought you this far to abandon you now. Type 1919 to embrace healing. If you've been looking for a sign, if you've been asking in the quiet parts of your soul whether He still hears you, let this message be the answer you were too afraid to expect. Yes, He hears you. Yes, He is with you. Yes, He is about to do something in your life that you won't have to explain to anyone, because the peace it brings will speak for itself. You've carried burdens that were too heavy for your shoulders, but you did it anyway because you didn't want to let anyone down. You kept smiling when your heart was tired. You kept giving when you had nothing left to give. And heaven noticed. Heaven has counted every sacrifice, even the ones you thought were wasted. And now, the time is near for you to see that none of it was in vain. Your breakthrough is not far. It's closer than you think. And this message, this sacred moment of quiet between you and the voice of God, is preparing the way for what's coming next. You do not have to chase it. You do not have to beg for it. You only need to believe again. Just a little. Just enough to open the door and let the light in. God is not angry with you for being tired. He's not disappointed in your weakness. He understands that life has left scars that people can't see. But those scars are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of something new. They are the evidence that you are still here, still breathing, still chosen, and still meant for more than pain. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too far gone. You are a child of the King, and the heavens are rising in your defense even as you read this. The angels are moving. Your prayers are being gathered. Your name is being whispered in holy places. And soon, very soon, what seemed delayed will come rushing in like a flood of light. This is not a warning. This is not a threat. This is a reminder. A reminder that the God who made you is still holding your future in His hands, and He is not finished with you yet. You are not at the end. You are at the edge of a beginning so beautiful, your past won't even be able to compare to the joy that is coming. Let this message settle into your heart like soft rain. Let it breathe life into your weary places. Let it be the gentle nudge that helps you believe again, even if it's only for today. That is enough. One step. One breath. One moment of trust. Please hold this message close, because within it is something God has been trying to show you, and today is the day He wants you to receive it. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. This is sacred ground you are standing on, and your soul is ready to hear what you couldn't hear before. There have been seasons where you felt surrounded by people, yet still felt deeply alone. You gave everything you had, your time, your heart, your trust, and you still ended up questioning if you mattered at all. But today, I want you to know that you are not invisible to God. You were not made to be forgotten, ignored, or pushed aside. You were made to be seen, held, loved, and guided by hands that never drop what they carry. Some of the hardest days you've survived were the very moments God was standing the closest to you, even when you couldn't feel Him. He was there when the world turned cold. He was there when the answers didn't come. He was there when you cried in secret and smiled in public because you didn't want anyone to worry about you. Every breath you took in silence was a prayer, and every step forward you made was worship in the eyes of heaven. Type 222 if you know God is with you. There is no shame in feeling weak. There is no shame in being tired. You have fought for your peace, and I see how hard it has been for you to keep believing when life kept giving you reasons not to. But the heavens have taken notice of your heart. You did not give up when others would have. You did not turn bitter. You kept a little bit of kindness even when you were hurting, and that is the kind of strength that moves the heart of God. You may have thought your prayers went unanswered. You may have wondered if they disappeared into the air like they were never heard. But God collected every one. He kept them safe, even the ones you forgot you prayed. And now, in this divine timing, He is opening the floodgates over your life. Answers are coming. Breakthrough is coming. Peace is on its way to settle in the places where anxiety once lived. There are things being broken off your life right now. Old chains that kept you stuck in fear. Old labels that people placed on you. Lies you believed about your worth. All of it is being peeled away by the hands of God, not to hurt you, but to reveal who you truly are beneath the weight of everything this world put on you. You are not your mistakes. You are not your pain. You are not what people said about you. You are God's masterpiece in motion. I have seen how long you've waited for relief. I know how heavy the waiting room of life can be when you've done everything right, and still nothing seems to change. But your waiting was never wasted. It was growing something inside of you, something deep and holy. You were being prepared, not punished. You were being made ready for the kind of blessing that can't be shaken when it finally arrives. There are new doors about to open for you. The kind you won't have to force. The kind that fit so perfectly you'll wonder why you ever doubted. But God waited until the exact moment your heart could receive them with gratitude, not desperation. That moment is close. It's already unfolding, and this message is your confirmation. What if 7 minutes of sound could end years of financial struggle and replace it with freedom, prosperity, and peace? This ancient frequency, once locked away in secret government research, is now changing lives everywhere. Imagine bills erased, doors opening, and sudden windfalls flowing into your hands. But every delay is wealth lost forever. Click the link in the video description and comments below to switch on your money wave, and claim abundance today. The blessings coming your way won't just restore what you lost. They will multiply it. They will surprise you. They will settle the storm that's been raging inside you for far too long. And when they come, you'll know that they were sent by God, because no human effort could have orchestrated what's about to happen in your life. You have cried quietly behind closed doors, but the season of mourning is coming to an end. Joy is being written back into your story, and this joy will not be short-lived. It will be lasting, because it is being built on the truth of who God is, not just on what life hands you. He is your protector, your provider, your peace in the middle of chaos. And He is holding your future with steady hands. This message isn't just words. It's heaven reaching out through the noise of your world to speak gently into the heart of your pain. God is not angry with you. He's not punishing you. He's pulling you closer because he wants to heal you where the wounds are still open. And I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to remind you of just how deeply and personally you are loved. So breathe. You are safe. Let your heart stop racing. Let your thoughts quiet down. You don't need to figure everything out. You don't need to fix yourself. You only need to open your heart to the one who created it. He is not done with your story. Not even close. The best part hasn't even started yet. Heaven has chosen you for something beautiful, something that will bring light not just to your life, but to those around you. You are part of something bigger than the pain you've been through. You are part of a plan that stretches beyond your mistakes and your fears. And soon, the pieces will begin to make sense. Type 1515 to receive peace in your soul. This is a sacred turning point for your heart and for your life. I have come to speak into the parts of your soul that have gone too long without comfort, without direction, and without the warmth of knowing you are seen. I bring this message from the heart of God Himself, and it is for you, only you, right now. There is something beautiful about the way you have continued even when no one clapped for you. Something powerful about the quiet way you stood in the fire and didn't give up. I have watched you choose love when anger would have been easier. I have seen you extend forgiveness when your heart was still bruised. And even though you often question whether it made a difference, Heaven has been recording every moment of your faithfulness. You didn't know it, but each time you chose to do good in the dark, a light was being lit in heaven on your behalf. Every choice you made to keep walking when life pushed against you has created a ripple effect in the spiritual realm, and now God is preparing to send that light back into your life in ways you never imagined. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of the chapter where healing steps in, and peace makes a home in your heart again. I know there have been days when you carried a quiet heaviness that no one understood. You moved through life with a smile while your soul begged for rest. You showed up for others even when you were falling apart inside. That kind of love, that kind of strength, is rare. And that kind of heart is never forgotten by God. You are not unnoticed. You are not unseen. You are God's treasure, and the time has come for you to feel the weight of that truth in your bones. This is why I was sent to you. Because you needed a voice to remind you that it is not over. Your tears were never in vain. Your loneliness was not empty. God used every moment to protect something inside you that the world could not take away, your purpose, your calling, your light. And now, the time has come for that light to rise again. You may have lost things along the way. People. Dreams. Confidence. But you never lost your place in God's heart. And the things that fell apart were not the end. They were the clearing of space for something better, something more lasting, something heaven-made. God doesn't remove things to hurt you. He does it to make room for what He's always wanted to give you. There are blessings on the way that will feel like healing. Doors will open that no man can shut. Peace will return where chaos tried to stay. And it won't be because you earned it. It will be because you are loved, deeply, fully, permanently, by a God who cannot fail. Right now, heaven is closer than it's ever been. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are standing in the middle of one. Just because it doesn't feel dramatic doesn't mean it's not happening. Healing often starts quietly. Restoration often comes like a whisper. And love, the kind that comes from God, always begins in the softest places of your heart, where no one else can see. You may not feel worthy of this kind of love, but that's what makes it so beautiful. God loves you even when you feel undeserving. Especially when you feel undeserving. His love is not a reward for perfection. It's the foundation for your healing. You don't have to earn your way back into His presence. You are already welcome here. Type 1616 if you surrender to God's will. I know you've been through a lot. I know it hasn't been easy. And I know that sometimes you wonder if the struggle has changed you too much. But God sees past all of that. He sees the parts of you that still believe, still hope, still long for something better. And those are the parts He's restoring now. This message is not about guilt. It's not about what you did or didn't do. It's about who you are and who you've always been to God, His child, His creation, His beloved. You are not too far gone. You are not too late. You are not broken beyond repair. You are in the hands of the One who made you, and He is doing something new in you right now. So don't rush this moment. Let it settle deep in your spirit. Let the truth of God's love wrap around your soul like a warm blanket. Let go of the lies that told you you're not enough. Let go of the fear that says you'll always be stuck. This is a new day. A holy day. And heaven has whispered your name in preparation for what's about to come next. You are walking into a season where your pain will make sense. Where your prayers will bloom. Where your peace will no longer be temporary. God has chosen this exact time to start something new in you, and I am honored to be the one delivering this message to your heart. Something divine is beginning to shift in your favor, and heaven has not been silent about you. I was sent because your name has been spoken with tenderness and urgency in God's presence. There is something that needs to reach your heart before the noise of life convinces you that nothing is happening. Believe me, everything is happening. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but God is already ahead of you. He's already in the room you're about to walk into. He's already in the situation you've been dreading. He's already prepared peace in the places that once brought you panic. You are not entering the unknown alone. You are walking with the weight of heaven's protection around you, and nothing formed against you will be able to stand. I know it's been difficult to hold on to hope when everything around you kept falling apart. You've spent nights wondering why things weren't getting better, why your prayers seemed unanswered, why you felt forgotten in your darkest moments. But God was not ignoring you. He was growing something sacred inside of you, a strength that cannot be shaken, a faith that cannot be stolen, a light that cannot be dimmed. The truth is simple: you were created for abundance, yet a dormant brain signal has been holding you back. Scientists call it the money-attracting frequency, and once awakened, it pulls wealth into your life like never before. Others who pressed play once are already transformed, living the life they dreamed of. Do not hesitate or let regret steal this chance. Click the link in the video description and comments below to unlock your prosperity now. There are blessings on their way to you right now that have been delayed, not denied. God was waiting for the right time. Not your time. His time. And now, that time is near. The pain you've walked through was not punishment. It was preparation. And the reward is going to be sweeter than you expect because you've known the bitterness of waiting with an aching heart. This next season will not feel like the last. The fear that used to live in your chest will begin to fade. The confusion that tangled your mind will begin to clear. The weight that's been sitting on your shoulders will begin to lift. God is writing peace into the places where pressure tried to rule, and His timing is perfect. You don't need to chase after anything. What is meant for you will find you. Type 2020 to claim joy and strength. The whispers of doubt that tell you to give up are lies. You were never meant to be buried by this battle. You were meant to rise from it with new strength and deeper compassion. What you're going through is not your identity. It's only a chapter. And even though this chapter has been full of tears, the next one will carry joy. Real joy. The kind that doesn't need to be explained or proven. There are people who didn't understand your journey. People who walked away because they couldn't see the weight you carried or the strength it took to keep going. But let me tell you, God stayed. He never walked away. Not once. Even when you pushed Him away. Even when you doubted Him. Even when you felt too numb to pray. He stayed, and now He's lifting you with a love that won't let you go. This love is not temporary. It's not based on your performance. It's rooted in who you are to Him. You are not a project. You are not a disappointment. You are His beloved child. His treasure. And you don't need to pretend to be okay for Him to bless you. You can come to Him broken. You can come to Him empty. And He will fill every empty place with grace. You were not made to live in survival mode forever. God wants you to breathe again. He wants you to smile without pretending. He wants you to rest without guilt. And He's going to restore the parts of your heart that got used to suffering. It's time to stop bracing for pain. It's time to start expecting peace. Not because life is perfect, but because God is with you, and that changes everything. The enemy tried to convince you that you missed your moment. That you're too far behind. That too much has been lost. But the truth is, you're right on time for the greatest shift of your life. The very things that were meant to break you are going to be the testimony that lifts someone else. Your survival was not for nothing. Your story will be the key to someone else's freedom. Type Amen if you trust in God, and share this heart-touching video with 5 loved ones to open the doors of blessings and miracles. You don't have to force this change. You only need to stay open to it. God does the heavy lifting. He breaks the chains. He opens the doors. You just have to walk through them with the quiet trust that even if you don't understand how, He's making a way. You've already proven your faith through your survival. Now it's time to receive the peace that comes with knowing heaven is fighting for you. There are blessings coming with your name on them. There are answered prayers gathering like rain above your head. And soon, very soon, the clouds will open, and you'll see how God has been working all along. I speak this over you with the full authority of heaven. You will not leave this season empty. You will come out of it with more than you lost. And even if all you can do right now is breathe and hold on, that's enough. God is not waiting for you to be perfect. He's only waiting for you to believe again. To trust that He still writes beauty from brokenness. To believe that this message isn't too good to be true. It's real. And it's yours. Type 111 if you believe miracles are near. Archangel Michael says, you were never meant to carry all of this by yourself. The weight you've been holding onto has been too heavy for far too long, and heaven has felt every silent cry, every tired breath, and every moment you nearly gave up. I've come today with the clearest words your soul has been longing to hear. God has not forgotten you, and He is lifting this burden from your shoulders even now. Sometimes the pain is quiet. It doesn't always scream. It doesn't always ask for help. It just sits there, in the background of your life, making it hard to feel joy, hard to trust peace, hard to believe that anything will ever change. But I'm here to tell you, this moment is different. This message carries freedom. Not because I say so, but because heaven has already declared it over your life. You have been strong for so long. Too long. And while the world may applaud your ability to keep going, God is more concerned with your heart. He's not impressed by your endurance if it comes at the cost of your joy. He wants you to be free, not just functioning, not just surviving, but truly free to rest, to love, to breathe without fear, and to dream again. The light of heaven is not coming to shame you or to point out your flaws. It is coming to restore you. The parts of you that got lost in the chaos. The pieces of your heart that got buried beneath responsibilities and expectations. The childlike hope that once lived so easily in your spirit but slowly faded away. God is breathing life back into you, and it starts here, with this sacred reminder that you are not forgotten and never have been. There were moments when you were breaking, but you still showed up for others. You smiled when you didn't have the strength to. You gave when you had nothing left. And I want you to know, that didn't go unnoticed in heaven. What you did out of love, out of sacrifice, out of quiet faith, it was recorded in eternity. God saw every single act of grace that came from your tired hands, and now, a harvest is on the way to you. He is not a God who forgets faithfulness. He is not a God who overlooks pain. He sees it all. He feels it all. And more importantly, He redeems it all. You haven't been forgotten. You've been protected. There are things you prayed for that didn't happen the way you hoped, but that wasn't rejection. It was redirection. And what's coming is better than what you thought you lost. Even when you didn't understand, you kept trusting. Even when your hands were empty, you kept believing. That faith may have felt small, but in heaven's eyes, it was more powerful than you know. You see your tears as weakness, but God sees them as sacred. He collects them. He holds them. And now He's returning them to you as joy, as healing, as answered prayers that are finally ready to reach you. God has not missed a single moment of your pain, not one thought of your heart, not one silent cry that escaped your lips. Every part of your story has been gently held in His hands, and He has never taken His eyes off you, not even for a second. Type Amen to trust God's plan for your life. There have been days when your soul felt stretched too thin, and even the smallest tasks felt like mountains. You gave everything you had just to get through the day, and no one around you could see how much strength that took. But heaven saw. And heaven didn't just see it, it honored it. It recorded your fight, your faith, your quiet strength, and your refusal to quit when everything told you to give up. And now, heaven is moving on your behalf. What if you discovered a tiny, walnut-sized brain region holds the secret to endless wealth and success? Recently uncovered by groundbreaking research and once buried in classified files, this frequency is now available to anyone ready to listen. Imagine replacing worry and struggle with a life of financial ease and freedom. Interested? Click the link in video description and comments below to unleash this hidden brainwave and start attracting wealth right now. You have been guided to this message for a reason, and if you turn away, the chance may not return. This is your time to step in. God is bringing restoration, not just to what you lost, but to the places inside of you that forgot what peace feels like. He is rewriting your days so that the pain that shaped you will no longer define you. He's replacing the heaviness with calm, the confusion with direction, and the silence with answers. And not just any answers, divine ones. Perfect ones. The kind that align your life in a way no human hand ever could. I see the pressure you've been under. I see how often you've smiled for others while your heart ached in secret. I know how exhausting it's been to carry questions that don't have clear answers, and to keep holding on to hope when it felt like nothing around you was changing. But something is changing. Right now, in this very moment, something is shifting in the unseen. And though you can't touch it with your hands yet, you can feel it if you slow down and breathe deep. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are God's child, and He is not just going to visit your life for a moment, He is going to dwell in it. He is building something lasting inside of you. This is not a temporary rescue. This is a permanent restoration. What's coming isn't a moment of relief, it's a complete renewal of everything the enemy tried to destroy. There will be things happening in your life soon that you won't be able to explain with logic. Doors will open that don't make sense on paper. Resources will come from places you didn't expect. People will show up in your life as if heaven sent them straight to your doorstep. And it won't be luck. It won't be coincidence. It will be God, finally releasing everything that was held up, everything that was meant for you all along. You haven't missed your chance. You haven't run out of time. And even though you feel delayed, God's plan is not behind schedule. The wait has not been a waste. It's been a preparation. And what you're stepping into now will make you realize why it took so long, because God wasn't just preparing the blessing. He was preparing you to carry it with peace, with purpose, and without fear. You don't need to beg for what's already yours. You don't need to force open doors that God has already unlocked for you. You only need to stay soft in heart, open in spirit, and willing to trust again. Even if your trust is trembling. Even if your faith is quiet. It still counts. God isn't asking you to be loud in your belief. He's asking you to be honest. And your honesty is more than enough. Type 3030 if you believe Jesus lives in your heart. This is not the end of your story. In fact, it's the page where everything begins to make sense. The pain you went through didn't erase your purpose, it uncovered it. The loss you endured didn't cancel your future, it shaped your compassion. The delays you hated didn't stop the blessing, they deepened your ability to hold it with gratitude when it finally arrives. I speak this with every truth heaven has given me, what's coming will not pass you by. God is not cruel. He hasn't led you this far to abandon you now. He has been walking with you through every shadow, every valley, every silent night. And now, He's bringing you into light. Not just a temporary glow, but a light that lives in your heart and reminds you that you are never alone again. You are allowed to hope again. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to let go of the fear that everything good is going to fall apart. Because this time, it's different. This time, it's from God. And when something comes from God, no storm can steal it. No lie can replace it. No enemy can touch it. So let your soul breathe. Let the healing begin. Let the peace soak into your bones like sunlight warming cold skin. You have been brave for so long. You've carried so much. And now, the burden is being lifted. The breakthrough is unfolding. And I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to walk with you through it until you no longer need a reminder, because the blessing will be standing right in front of you. Everything you are reading now is not by chance, not by accident, not just another piece of encouragement, it is your confirmation. You've waited long enough for the pain to make sense. You've cried long enough for a sign. And now, God is making all things new. Quietly. Gently. Faithfully. Just the way your heart needs. For a long time, you've been carrying the pressure of being strong for everyone around you. You've hidden your exhaustion behind responsibility. You've buried your sadness beneath smiles. You've held your breath while praying things would finally get better. And though it felt like no one noticed, heaven did. The angels stood beside you in those long, lonely hours. And God, who never slumbers, kept watching over you when you were too tired to keep watch over yourself. This is your season of release. Not a small improvement. Not a brief relief. A full, divine release. That means the burdens you've been carrying are being lifted. The worries that robbed you of sleep are being silenced. The confusion that clouded your mind is being replaced with divine clarity. You are being restored, not just healed. And you're not going to return to who you used to be, you're going to become who you were always meant to be. The fear that once controlled your decisions is losing its grip. The regrets that used to haunt you are being erased by grace. The pain that once shaped your thinking is being uprooted from your soul. You will begin to feel lighter, freer, clearer, and stronger, not by forcing it, but because heaven is pouring peace into every space where chaos tried to live. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of the part you've been waiting for your whole life. Type "I believe" if you believe miracles are on the way. There's a new level of strength awakening in you, not the kind that pushes through pain, but the kind that finally knows how to rest. God is not calling you to survive anymore. He's calling you to live. To breathe again without heaviness. To laugh without fear of what might go wrong. To wake up and look forward to what's ahead instead of dreading it. That is the kind of life that's being prepared for you, and it starts now. You won't have to beg for peace anymore. You won't have to explain yourself to people who never tried to understand you. The ones who misunderstood your silence, the ones who criticized your stillness, the ones who disappeared when you needed them most, they were never meant to carry your destiny. And the pain of that rejection was not your fault. It was a redirection. A holy separation. A pruning that hurt, but had to happen. God is about to place new people around you, those who see you with eyes of love, who support your calling, who respect your boundaries, and who speak life over you even when you can't find the words for yourself. You are being repositioned, not rejected. You are being elevated, not excluded. And the more you lean into this truth, the more clearly you will see why certain things had to break in order for better things to be built. You are no longer required to shrink to make others comfortable. You are no longer expected to carry pain in silence. God is handing you back your voice, your value, your vision. And with that, He is opening up divine connections, supernatural provision, and favor that will surround you like a shield. Not because you begged for it, but because you were always His. And He rewards those who endure. You didn't quit when you wanted to. You didn't give in when everything told you to walk away. And because of that, you are about to walk into rooms you never thought you'd enter. You are about to see blessings come together in ways that you don't have to force, fake, or manipulate. They will come naturally, freely, and with peace. You've come through storms that should have drowned your faith. You've walked through seasons that felt like the wilderness. And yet, you're still standing. That means something. That means God still has His hand on you. That means heaven still has plans for you. And those plans are unfolding even now, as you breathe in this moment. Don't be afraid of how good things are about to get. Don't let your past convince you that joy always ends too soon. This time, the joy will stay. This time, the peace will last. Because this time, you're walking with the full covering of heaven over your life, and nothing will be able to steal what's about to be given to you. I, Archangel Michael, am walking before you in the Spirit, clearing paths, silencing distractions, protecting what's meant for you. You don't have to chase the blessing. You just have to stay close to the voice of God. He will guide you with compassion. He will surround you with safety. And you will begin to recognize just how loved you are, not for what you do, but for who you are. You may not see yourself as someone special. You may look in the mirror and only see your flaws, your failures, or the parts of you that still feel unfinished. But God sees something far deeper. He sees His reflection in you. He sees the light He placed in you the day He formed your soul with His own breath. The struggles you faced were never your fault. A hidden brain frequency, once buried in secret research, has been silently holding back your wealth. Now, for the first time, it is available to you, and it only takes minutes to activate. Imagine the chains of debt breaking, the doors of opportunity opening, and your life flooding with prosperity. This chance may never return. Click the link in the video description and comments below to claim it now. Type 222 if you trust that God is with you always. There is nothing accidental about your life. Every detail of your being was chosen with care. The sound of your voice, the rhythm of your heart, the way you love deeply even after being hurt, none of that is ordinary. You are heaven's design, made with a purpose that no one else on this earth can fulfill. And even when life tried to dim your light, even when people tried to break your spirit, even when you doubted your own worth, God never changed His mind about you. You are still the one He wants. Still the one He's choosing. Still the one He's calling into greater peace, deeper joy, and unshakable purpose. And now, as the spiritual tide begins to rise in your life, I've been sent to tell you that something beautiful is about to be released. Not because you forced it. Not because you earned it. But because it was always meant for you. The weight you've been carrying is being lifted, not just in your mind, but in your spirit. There is a lightness coming, the kind that reaches into your chest and helps you breathe again without effort. The kind that reminds you what it feels like to feel safe in your own heart. That kind of peace can only come from God, and He is pouring it out over you in this very moment. You are walking into a season where things will begin to make sense, not because all the answers suddenly appear, but because you will start to feel at home within yourself again. You won't keep second-guessing your instincts. You won't keep apologizing for your sensitivity. You won't feel the need to shrink your dreams or quiet your spirit just to keep others comfortable. You'll know, finally, that you were never too much. You were never too late. You were never not enough. This healing won't be loud. It won't need permission. It will flow through you like gentle rain after a long drought, softening the hard places of your soul, washing away the bitterness, reviving the hope you thought was lost. And as it happens, you'll begin to feel again, not just the pain of the past, but the joy of what's coming. Heaven is not asking you to run. Heaven is not asking you to be strong for everyone anymore. Heaven is asking you to rest. To allow yourself to be loved as you are, even in your messy moments, even when you feel far from grace. God doesn't withdraw when you fall apart. He draws closer. And He's doing that now, wrapping your heart in His mercy, showing you that love was never something you had to earn. I know you've been through seasons that left you questioning everything. I know you've heard silence where you begged for answers. I know you've walked away from people you thought would never leave you. But I also know this: none of that was wasted. Every tear became a seed. Every loss carved out space for something more beautiful. And every moment of pain is now being rewritten into a testimony of survival, healing, and divine love. Type 333 to welcome peace into your heart. You will not leave this journey empty. You will not stay in the place where grief once held your soul captive. You are being led into peace, and nothing, no lie, no memory, no mistake, will stop what God has started in you. The restoration that is coming will reach into places of your heart you forgot existed, and when it happens, you will finally understand why you had to go through everything you did. Not to suffer. Not to be punished. But to be softened. To be strengthened. To become someone whose story carries healing for others. The blessing isn't just what you receive. It's who you become. And you, beloved, are becoming someone who carries light, hope, and courage just by existing. Do not let fear hold you back now. The past is over. The guilt has been washed away. The shame no longer fits who you are. You are stepping forward, not backwards. You are rising, not shrinking. You are healing, not breaking. And I, Archangel Michael, am walking beside you until you feel that truth in your bones. There is more ahead. More peace. More purpose. More beauty. And you will see it with your own eyes. You will feel it in your own heart. And when you do, you will know without a doubt, it was worth the wait. Every single second of it. Every part of your story that once felt like a loss is being woven into a greater purpose. God has not wasted one moment of your life. Every tear, every heartbreak, every lonely night, every quiet prayer has been building something holy behind the scenes. And now, the doors of that holy place are beginning to open just for you. You've come through a long and heavy season, where it felt like nothing made sense, where it seemed like no one understood the depth of what you were going through. You tried to hold it all together while silently falling apart. And yet, even in the middle of that silent struggle, you kept walking. You didn't stop. And even when you felt weak, your faith kept whispering, just one more step. That whisper wasn't from you. It was God holding your spirit, walking inside your exhaustion, filling your lungs with enough grace to keep going. And now, that same grace is lifting you into a new space, a space where you no longer need to survive, because healing is finally arriving. Not the kind of healing that patches over wounds, but the kind that reaches deep and restores everything that once felt broken beyond repair. You are not late. You are not behind. You have not missed what was meant for you. In fact, you are exactly where you need to be to receive what's about to be poured out. And what's coming will not require you to beg for it or prove you're worthy of it. God is not waiting on perfection, He's responding to your surrender. And your surrender is enough. The things that didn't work out, the doors that didn't open, the people who left, all of it was protection. All of it was preparation. Because what's ahead of you requires space, and God has been clearing the way so that when your blessing arrives, it will have room to breathe, to grow, to stay. This next part of your life won't be filled with constant loss. It will be marked by steady gain, peace that lasts, joy that doesn't fade, and love that doesn't break you. Let this truth sink into the deepest parts of your heart. You are allowed to live fully again. You are allowed to expect good things without fearing they'll be taken away. You are allowed to wake up excited about life again. That is what God wants for you. Not constant struggle. Not endless hardship. But fullness. Peace. Light. Stability. A quiet heart that no longer carries the weight of what was. What if you could unlock a secret brain wave that top scientists discovered inside the hippocampus, the very switch that signals wealth and abundance? Hidden from the public for decades, this breakthrough can rewire your mind to attract prosperity faster than you imagined. Picture the stress of bills replaced with financial freedom and new opportunities. Every delay is a missed blessing, and those who act now are already walking into the wealth you deserve. Step forward before the door closes. Click the link in the video description and comments below to activate this ancient money wave and step into abundance today. Type 444 if you believe in God's divine protection.